To find out my Instagram, by the way, it's
pick her up. Going for dinner.
That way.
Every single video.
Or that
Every single video.
Literally everything you do is a mixed signal. I mean, that's the first thing that you should look at.
Oh! No! Not in the car! Are you kidding? Are you kidding? A man left this on my windshield and Dylan bit it. This is all I have! What is this stance you're doing?
It's my power stance. Welcome to the ring.
Not the lens! This is all I have left of the lovely flower the man gave me.
We got petals for less, guys. We're going to get a new flower. Hold on.
I bet
your
Safeway
horses.
would be
Holy
cheaper,
moly.
though.
That's okay. You deserve it.
Dylan has a plan, everybody. We are at the petals for less. Now, I'm sorry.
Hi there. Do you have any flowers like this one?
Got a new flower.
We did it, guys. We got a new
We got the flower back!
Let's date up.
You're not in any shape or form. Guys, if you didn't get what happened during the B-roll, is Dylan ate the flower that was given to me. And so he went and he got me a new flower.
Damn. We're about to film a video here, you see, on top of Nate in the EDMT. Yeah, we got style. Yeah, we got it made.
Dylan's back, everyone! Woo!
She didn't ban me, even though I said kinky in the last video.
Sorry, everybody, but you all requested part 2. This is really close. You guys are really close to us today.
Hey guys, it's me, katyy.patyy. I come back with another video here. My special guest, Dylan, today. Yeah, he's back for round 2. Could you imagine that? I'm done with this charade already. Guys never give mixed signals.
Yes, they do. Hey, what is up, you guys? It is katyy.patyy and
Dylan.
Dylan is back. I'm actually surprised he's back because I did say I'd only been making one video with him, but here we are. So you guys really like Dylan. Stay tuned to the end because we will be reading some of your comments from the last video.
Or not, we'll see.
Or we will.
That might just be another video. We could just read all of the combined comments from the last 2 videos.
Oh, that's actually fun.
You're welcome.
Okay, leave a comment down below and we'll make another video about reading the comments of both videos together. If you don't know who Dylan is, what are you doing? Go look at the last video, I'll link it down below. But today we're gonna be doing a part 2 of asking Christian guys questions you're too afraid to ask them. We're gonna be talking about relationships, about being a Christian guy. A lot were like about dating. So that's gonna be the exact same thing in this video, but with new questions.
Yeah, we're gonna find out just how much of a degenerate I actually am.
Yeah.
But a degenerate saved by grace.
But before we get on to the video, don't forget to go like and subscribe to this channel for more. Go follow my Instagram.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to turn on that bell notification as well so you can be notified when I do post. Anyways, let's just get right on into the video. Oh, I actually didn't ask you, do you have any words to say?
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for coming and listening to me talk again. Pray that God would speak to you through me somehow, or he would give you some sense of clarity as to your situation. Because, you know, everybody is different, yet we can learn from other people's experiences. Yeah, I pray that you would just learn through my experience. You may be able to take little words that I say and it may just touch your heart or your mind and you may think on it.
Also, disclaimer, guys are not manuals. All this advice.
Although, I would say that we're more simple than females. And you can put that in the video. You guys are complicated.
I don't agree with that in any shape or form. I think guys are way more complicated than females. But we'll be talking about that in the video. Let's get on to the video. We're gonna be easing our way into these questions, so make sure you stay to the end to get the juiciest question.
Yeah, that works. Juiciest answers to these questions. Got you.
Thank you. Best Christian pickup line.
Hey baby, I was reading the book of Numbers and realized it didn't have yours.
Oh,
Have you heard that one?
I have. Really good. So don't use that one.
Hey baby, King Solomon had 700 wives. I'd be okay with just having you as my one. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, so cute.
Monogamy.
Monogamy, how cute. Who should pursue who in the relationship?
That's a great
starting relationship.
Y'all are fresh. You mean you're going from singleness to dating? Who should pursue who? I think you both should pursue each other equally. It's never like a 100% one person's pursuing the other one 0%. It's not even like a 70-30 thing or a 50-50. It's you should be pursuing them 100% and they should be pursuing you 100% while both pursuing
the Lord. It's like a triangle. It's like
you know, the Trinity whole idea, like God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
That's why marriage is the best replication of it, because it's literally 3 people.
Yeah. I feel like most people, they see the Bible and say the man who finds a good wife finds a good thing, so they assume that means that the boy should be doing the majority of the pursuing to start it.
Yeah, and you know what I would say to that is the Bible was definitely written with a context, a historical and literary context, meaning during that time in ancient Israel, obviously, there was very little value placed on women's role in society, especially in women's dating. Like, you were just kind of told to marry somebody, kind of like arranged marriages nowadays. So yeah, 100% both ways, baby. Quick question. Is the beach that way?
Every single video. Every single video. Thoughts on toxic masculinity? I'm asking you a serious question.
Yes, very serious. Very serious.
Hey, put your game face on.
Game face is on.
Game face on now. Thoughts on toxic masculinity?
Toxic masculinity is this broad term used to describe anything that isn't actually used in developing healthy, positive manliness. And that's why it's called toxic masculinity, obviously. For example, I took my mom out to go get pedicures.
Aww.
It's her birthday. I thought, you know, let's go out and
let's treat this woman.
Yeah. For the people that would say, like, my Chad, that's not very masculine, I would say to them, what's your insecurity? Do your feet look weird? Do you have funny looking feet? Or are you scared to look feminine? I feel like a lot of toxic masculinity traits come from insecurities. A sense of, you know, I actually don't know my identity. I don't know what it is to be a man that honors myself and God. The number one way to avoid toxic masculinity is to understand yourself. Look at this. Understand your insecurities, bring them before the Father, and let the Holy Spirit do the rest.
How do you know if you're in the friend zone? Also, how do you get out of the friend zone?
The friend zone is a tricky place because you have feelings for this person.
They don't feel the same way.
To answer the first question, how do you know you're in the friend zone? Call a platonic relationship with you, i.e. they haven't tried to either kiss you, or taken you on a date, or like they haven't made it very aware, then you're most likely in the friend zone. I don't know, that's just my experience though. Like I said, everyone's experience is different. This is kind of a subjective question. And then how do you get out of the friend zone?
You don't. I'm just kidding, that was a joke. You totally can. Like, people's hearts can change.
I think how you get out of the friend zone is to just shift your focus. You're not trying to play games with the person, but you're just saying, if you like me or if you don't, I'll still be okay. Because my life is not revolving around you. Focus on your own self-growth and your own growth with the Lord. And who knows, like, you may realize that that person that you wanted to date might not actually be the person for you. And so again, it's really subjective. At the same time, who knows, you focusing on yourself might make that person realize, like, actually I want to date them.
And I also think that just because you're in the friend zone doesn't mean you'll always be there. Like, sometimes I'm talking now. Sorry. Sometimes the timing's not right, or sometimes they just aren't ready for a relationship. You're not even ready for a relationship. Sometimes it is a forever thing. It's situational too.
Yeah, I liked what you said about timing. Especially in relationships, we can get into trouble trying to force things on our timing when God has a different plan. You know, we'll go out and we'll pursue people that the Lord actually wouldn't want us to pursue for a number of reasons. I totally get it, guys. Loneliness, that I cuddle a pillow every night. And I don't know how much value.
You dork.
It's who I am.
Also, this doesn't even have to do with really this question, but kind of what we were talking about. Sometimes, like, it's not even the fact that you're not ready for a relationship. It's that God's preparing the other person. When you pray for your future spouse, like, maybe they haven't come into your life, not because you're not technically ready, but because they're not. How do you know if the guy's interested? A girl's confused. How do you know if the guy is interested?
Number one way to tell if the guy's interested is you ask, are you interested?
Yeah, that takes balls.
That takes some stones.
That takes a lot. Which, props to you if you can do that.
Are you interested? Number one way to tell is if guy is constantly asking you to spend time alone or spend time together. It may not even be alone. Like, hey, come out and hang out with all of my friends. If this is like a constant thing.
I think honestly, as hard as it sounds, and honestly even for me, I don't know if I could have the balls. I should not say balls. I don't know if I could have the stones to do that.
That's like the same thing.
Is it?
Stones and balls are the same thing.
Have the courage, there we go, have the courage to do that. I'm asking a guy straight up if he likes me or not. But like, I feel like that's the way you're only gonna get clarity, because boys are confusing and give mixed signals like we were talking about.
Guys never give mixed signals.
Yes they do. Yes they do.
Girls give more mixed signals than guys.
Like what?
Literally everything you do is a mixed signal.
I need practical steps here.
If you stare at a dude, you could just be friendly. You could just be staring at him because you didn't have anywhere else to look. You smile.
Boys do that too.
you smile at somebody, you look at them in the eyes, you hold eye contact, and you smile at them. Oh, this person is a smiley person. That could be it. You don't know if she's into you.
Boys do that too, though.
Here's the thing, okay.
Okay, Chads and Chadettes, listen to this. I'll give you a script, okay? This is the script. Hey, I just want to make sure there's no gray area, like we talked about in the first one. Just so we're on the same page. Do you like me just as a friend, or are you interested in something more? Just want to know where your head's at.
Boom. Copy paste.
Copy paste, do that, ladies.
Insert names even.
I've never said that to a guy, but I would. Maybe.
I mean, if you want truth, being straightforward is probably the best way.
Ladies, just do it. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Send it.
Actually, the worst that's gonna happen is we ruin their friendship.
Or it just gets awkward. But if he's a mature dude, you don't have to worry about that.
Easy money.
Wait. No.
Yeah, mic drop. So Dylan, what's your Christian dream date?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked.
Oh, I'm so
right,
happy I asked too.
So here's what we would do. We would first go to the golf course, shoot 18. Then for the rest of the night, I would talk to her about stocks and cryptocurrency. And then we'd watch my favorite movie, The Three Musketeers Disney version. On the reels though.
I think that was on the reels and stuff. Wait.
So, you know, pick you up, we're driving through the city, bumping some tunes, having a little day, and we go for a nice little...
Also, our memory card, or my memory card, filled up because we've been talking for hours just for quality content for you. Bing. You're cruising through the city, picking her up.
We're riding through the city, baby.
Going for a nice dinner. What's next? So what's next, Dylan? Tell me.
We're riding through the city. Ooh, I asked you to wear that nice dress that I like. Yes. Oh. You get picked up, you know, we listen to some tunes, we drive to a nice restaurant, we have a nice meal, we break bread together. Here's also a cheat code to a man's heart.
It's his stomach.
Is through his stomach. Helpful tip.
A way to a woman's heart is emotional intimacy.
We go for a nice little walk.
Growing in that relationship with the Lord.
Somewhere private, but not too private.
Leaving room for Jesus.
Yes, obviously. It's Christian. It's a Christian relationship. We assume that you're abiding by Christian ethics. This is hopefully before sundown. And then you get to the nice place that you were going to walk to. You have to plan this out. And then once you get to the top, you guys watch the sunset go down together. And right as it goes down,
pop one on him.
You pop one on him. And
but respectful kiss, not a lustful kiss. A just affectionate kiss.
Yes. Like I care a lot about you.
Yeah. Lust is not from the Lord.
Again, assuming that you're abiding by Christian ethics. And you go home and you think, wow, I'm so lucky to have taken that godly woman on a date.
Oh, you little romantic.
I learned it from my homie Josh.
Shout out to Josh.
Shout out
Literally,
Josh.
What a romantic guy. He's taking notes for when he has a girlfriend, which will probably be in 60 years.
I'm learning from you, Josh.
Christian guy's response to breakup. Now, obviously, he doesn't speak for all Christian men on the planet.
Of course, there's like a really healthy way you can deal with it, and then there's a really toxic way you can deal with it. And the really toxic way would just be to focus in on that person, completely separate yourself from God. Breakups are hard. You emotionally, physically, and mentally invest into this person, and then for it to fall through, it's kind of like, dang.
That sucks.
That sucks. A lot of people, after they break up, will actually go one way, is to go as far away from God as possible. Godly relationships can fail. That's the unhealthy way. The healthy way is to realize that that person was part of God's plan to mold you and shift you, and yes, wow.
That's good. Sorry, that was good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? Katie is just giving me all the creds here because I am just so much smarter than her in every way. And
keep talking.
She's beginning to realize.
I was giving you a compliment.
God uses that person to mold you, shape you. The most healthy thing you could do is to actually just lean on God more. And I hate to say this because I think it's a silly Christian cliche word, but press into God more. When you break up, begin to pray more, begin to read your Bible more, begin to journal, begin to be in silence and solitude, like practice your spiritual disciplines. You know, you'll see all the difference, as well as surround yourself with other godly people. It's easy to get into a relationship and then just tear down the people or the person that you broke up with. It's so,
I was just about to say that.
And then when you surround yourself with godly Christian people, that'll actually keep you accountable, keeping your mind occupied.
In Christian relationships in general, like, it's so easy to gossip or tear someone down after a relationship, whether it ended messy or not. So easy to just gossip about them and put all the blame on them. And so just having that that Christian community to remind you, and just reminding yourself that they're still, if they're a Christian, a son or daughter of a king, and they're still your brother or sister in Christ. And whether or not they're Christian, they're still God's creation that he made and he loved and you put on this earth with a purpose and a plan. So you tearing down God's creation doesn't only offend them, but it offends God. Sorry, wait. There's sirens. Yeah, okay.
It went away and came back.
Sorry guys, a little intermission.
When you get out of a relationship, the people who are gossiping and tearing down the other person are the people with unforgiveness in their heart. And the classic line is, or unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick.
I also said that about gossip and I credited you. 2 ways to overcome temptation.
2 ways to overcome temptation. I think you really got to look to Matthew 4 for that. How did Jesus overcome temptation? He overcame temptation by the word of God. Don't try to go through that walk alone.
Boundaries.
Set boundaries.
Accountability. Spiritual disciplines. You guys have heard it all probably already, because this lady is on it. Was that a compliment?
I think it was.
What stands out first about a woman initially? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Probably her eyes, at least for me. I know every guy is different. I mean, that's the first thing that you should look at.
Nothing else, boys.
I see you. I'm watching.
Pray for your future spouse.
Of course you pray for your future spouse. You got to.
And how?
There's no other way. I say, Lord, thank you so much for giving me the life that you give me, and thank you so much that, you've saved me and redeemed me. And Lord, I pray that you would continually shape and mold my spouse into the person you have called and created them to be. I pray that you would influence their actions to their good and your glory, and that ultimately they would just pursue you above everything else. I also pray, kind of selfishly, that they would find me the most amazing, attractive, Superman-y person ever.
How do you know if you're ready for a relationship?
You've checked yourself and you haven't wrecked yourself.
Boom. Yeah. The shortest time span we've ever had for a question. If you want us to elaborate, we won't. Dylan, how does your past, we've talked about it a bit in the first video, so again, if you haven't saw the first video, you probably should, no context, but how does your past as a hockey boy, how does your past of hockey boy play into your present relationship with God?
Coming from that kind of background, that kind of lifestyle, you get used to certain things. Once you get used to a certain kind of lifestyle, and then all of a sudden that changes, you begin to feel like you're missing a lot at first. Like I always thought at the beginning I was missing hanging out and, drinking with my hockey friends, or hanging out and going and doing not so godly things. Going from that to actually having like an eternal purpose now, and living your life through the lens of an eternal purpose, going from like a lot of pride, who I hang out with, what do I wear, what do I do, and then having that pride taken away. God humbles those who exalt themselves and exalts those who humble themselves. Definitely changes your perspective, and it gives you like a new set of glasses to wear. While it's not easy, it's 100% worth it, because now I wake up every day and I don't feel like a jerk, even though sometimes I am. The closer you get to Christ, the more sinful you'll feel, just because he is so holy and perfect. We are not. Then I also heard from a Furtick sermon. Don't necessarily always agree with everything he says, but sometimes he has some good points. He brought 2 people up on stage. He pointed at the person 1 and he said, that's who you were when you became a Christian. And he pointed at person 2 and said, that's where God has completed his work in you. And you are somewhere in between those 2 people. The reason you feel so sinful is because you are looking at that finished work, and you're never taking a second to actually look behind you and take a look at all that God has removed from your life, all of the sin and baggage that God has dealt with in your life. Look at God's actually changed my heart, my desires, what I want, what I don't want. I am actually born again. I am a new creation.
Okay, that was it for the video, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped you. I hope it gave you some clarity. I hope that stuck out to you and you had a fun time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Dylan, any final? Sorry. Any final words? No!
Yeah, guys, I hope you learned something new today. I hope you had fun watching, because that's what this is. It's about learning and having fun. Also other things like honoring God. Be blessed. I'm praying for you guys as well.
We will see you next time. Maybe Dylan will be back. Actually, we will be back for reading the comments.
Yeah.
Leave your comments down below. Bye, guys. His Instagram is... not telling you.